Whew, my face feels all shiny or something. Anyway, so, okay, well, I don't really know why I'm doing this introduction. It's just kind of obvious what I'm doing by the title below. I'm going to be reviewing my top 5 William Hartnell stories. I've been 29, but I'm going to be narrowing it down to my 5 favorite. And you may be shocked at what my favorite story is, but anyway, so here we go. So, we start off with number 5. Number 5, we have The 10th Planet. Yeah, I mean, like, it's a really good story. I mean, like, and it's a special story, too. I mean, it's the very last William Hartnell story. It's the first Cyberman story. It's the first time that we get to experience a regeneration right in front of our face. And also, the storyline's pretty good. I mean, like, Ben and Polly are pretty much used to this time travel business now. And they go into the distant future, 1986. And then they meet the Cybermen for the first time. And yeah, so I'm sure that a lot of people would agree with me that this is a good story. And yeah, so anyway, so don't want to waste all your time. You're probably busy doing stuff like, I don't know, making a sandwich or something. But anyway, moving on to number 4. And then at number 4 we have, well, one of these two, the Rescue and the Romans, specifically the Romans. Well, I mean, like, I like the story, but the thing is that I was really impressed with this story. Most of the historical stories I don't really enjoy. As I said many times before in my previous videos, I have this sort of history block that sort of stops myself from being really entertained by history. The thing was that in the end I discovered that the Romans was comedy, but until I realized that, I was just like, why do I enjoy this story so much? Wow, it must be pretty special or something. I mean, like, and then I was just, like, really impressed that it actually grabbed my attention, even though it was a historical story. And then I learned that it was comedy, and I was like, huh. Well, anyway. So, yeah, that's mainly why it's number 4. But other than that, it's also a good story. Ian becomes a Roman, the Doctor and Vicky, and it's pretty much the Doctor, Vicky, and Barbara and Ian get separated, even though this is how most of the stories work. But the Doctor and his companions, Barbara, Ian, and Vicky, all get split up around the Roman times, and it's like this maze, and then, like, they're just looking for each other, and, like, they're going everywhere, and they, like, just miss each other, one of them is, like, trying to escape Nero, who may be in love with her, and then she's, like, running down the hallway. Just when she's gone, the Doctor comes in, and it's like they're just missing each other and stuff. Yep, and the Doctor might have inspired Nero to start the Great Fire of Rome. Sorry for spoilers because of that, but anyway, moving on to number 3. Some of you may find this a shock, some of you may agree with this, but my 3rd favorite William Hartnell story was The Keys of Marinus. And yeah, I heard that a lot of people don't like this story. However, I also heard that a lot of people do like this story. I just really liked it. I collect these DVDs in order, so like I just had the beginning, and I watched An Earthly Child, The Daleks, The Edge of Destruction, and that brief little Marco Polo thingy. And then I was just so excited. And I guess my grandmother kind of saw that I was so excited, so then she got this DVD. Yeah, and then I watched it, I played episode 1, and then I was practically excited with it. I mean, like, it's almost like it's a whole bunch of one-parters, yet they're all smooshed together into this 6-parter at the same time. And, like, yeah, it's really weird. If you like it, then I guess that you can see why I like it, but if you don't like it, then I don't really know how to explain it. But I just really enjoyed this story, and I thought it was my favorite story until I saw story number 2, which is either The Space Museum or The Chase. I'm giving you 5 seconds to guess what it is. Or you could just pause the video, so I'm going to be giving you 3 seconds to guess it. Okay, time's up. The Chase. yeah, I mean, like, it's sort of obvious, but you may just be shocked soon enough. But yeah, the chase is really good. It's a really good chase story. Again, it's like sort of all these 1 and 2-parters smooshed together into this 6-parter. And the third appearance of the Daleks, the first appearance of the Daleks with time travel in it, the first, last, only, and most underrated appearance of that time television thingy. And there's a deleted scene that is not included on this DVD. Just in case if you didn't know that, if you just bought the DVD, there's actually a deleted scene that is not on this DVD due to copyright. Where when Ian is looking at the time television, they put on the Beatles, and then the Beatles like playing a song, and then he is just dancing to it. Yeah, so I guess the Beatles called the BBC for copyright, and they had to wipe that entire scene off the DVD. But yeah, so, and it's the last appearance of Barbara and Ian. Sorry, I almost forgot to mention that. It's the last appearance of Barbara and Ian. Because after they destroy the Daleks, then they realize that their time machine can take them back home. Time machine that actually works instead of the Doctor's, who just takes them this way and that, and probably never to the same place twice. And yeah, it's sad to see them go. And so far, we really haven't seen them again since. I thought that they were really good companions. In fact, they're like my favorite companions of the first Doctor. So yeah, it was sad to see them go. But anyway, we're about to move on to number 1. But first, some honorable mentions. An Unearthly Child. The very first appearance of the TARDIS, the first Doctor, the Doctor, Barbara, Ian, Susan, and the very first episode of Doctor Who. The Aztecs. The first episode where they really discuss what are the consequences of changing history. The Dalek Invasion of Earth. A story which I do not like. Okay, so go on then, hit the dislike button. It'll be the last thing that you ever do. It just doesn't stand out. It just doesn't stand out with all the other stories. I don't know why. I just don't find it that interesting. But I know that a lot of other people like it, so I know that they're just going to pulverize me if I don't put this in the honorable mentions, which is why I'm doing it, even though I have no idea why. And Space Museum. Yes, I know that you guys think that's crap, but I enjoyed this crap, if it's crap that you call it. But yeah, so I enjoyed this story, okay? Yes, episode 1 is good. I can see how people would think that falls to bits after that, but I enjoyed the whole thing, okay? So sue me. Leave in the comments below if you actually enjoyed that story, because I'd like to have the thought that I'm not alone with liking that story, but I really like it. It just has to be in the honorable mentions. Anyway, so what could possibly be number 1? Well, it can't be the 4 that I just told you, and it can't be any of the honorable mentions. So I want you to pause the video and try to think what could possibly be number 1. I'll give you a hint. It's very unexpected. Okay, so drum roll, please. You're not drum rolling. Drum roll. Come on, seriously, do it. Why aren't you doing it? There, yeah. Keep doing it, yeah. Okay, you can stop drum rolling now. One final hint before I show it to you. It does not have a DVD cover. In other words, it's lost. It's missing. Okay, believe it or not, it's the Celestial Toymaker. Okay, I know that a lot of you guys don't like this story. In fact, I know a lot of you guys hate this story. But I like it, okay? I've only found like 1 or 2 people who think that's okay. But I really, really like it. I guess it's just because I like game shows or something. It's my favorite William Hartnell story. Believe it or not, it's my favorite William Hartnell story. It's the number 1 story that I can watch again and again, and it would take a while for me to not get bored. Yes, okay, parts 1, 2, and 3 out of 4 are missing, therefore making it a little bit harder to watch. But I really like this story, okay? So what are you gonna do about it, okay? It's my favorite William Hartnell story. Again, Leave in the comments below if you also like this story. I know that is probably not your favorite one, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I like game shows. Maybe it's just because, I don't know. Maybe I like obstacle courses. Maybe I like hopscotch. Maybe I like musical chairs. Maybe I like, I do not like dancing, okay? I do not like dancing, I can promise you that. But I like all the other stuff. I don't know. And not necessarily that I do it, but I really like watching other people do it. I don't know. I just like it, okay? So one final look at all the covers before I put them all away. So the Celestial Toymaker, nothing really much to see here. It's just a loose cannon reconstruction. The Space Museum and the Chase. We've got a Daleks, the little sphere thingies. The First Doctor, a sailboat, and a whole bunch of other stuff. On the even though it has nothing from the Space Museum, it's full of stuff from the Chase. In fact, in the Region 2 stuff, it even has more stuff in the Chase. It has Ian and Barbara. Nothing from the Space Museum. But yeah, so that's the cover. Keys of Marinus. We've got some Roods, Arbitan, and the First Doctor. Do you know what that is? The blue thing in the center? I don't know what it is. Anyway, so, yep, Keys of Marinus. The Rescue and the Romans. Well, at least this has stuff from the Rescue and stuff from the Romans. It has the First Doctor, Vicky, the TARDIS, which are all from both. Planets over there, which I guess is supposed to be from the Rescue. The monster thing, I can't really remember what he's called. And the Great Fire of Rome. So yeah, that is the Rescue and the Romans. And finally, number 5, the 10th planet with the First Doctor, Earth or Mondas, I don't know which one, Earth or Mondas, I don't know which one, and the very first Cybermen. I find that like, if you go backwards through the Doctor Who episodes, then the Cybermen just get scarier and scarier. Therefore, if you watch them from start to finish, they seem to get less scary and less scary. But still scary, just less scary than the original kind. And yeah, the 10th planet Cybermen to me are scariest of all time. But they're still really nice, and they mean us no harm. Yeah, they mean us no harm, and they want to treat us with respect, and we should treat them with respect. Yeah, okay, yeah. The Cybermen are very awesome people from Mondas, and maybe I'll just end the video right here.